don't want pulse to get wild nonsense. We got momentum, don't try to stop it. Diamonds are clearer than my conscience. I don't let bygones be bygones. That's when I'm honest. Penthouse building reach heaven's heights. Nah, that's what you call a God complex. Remember the days I was down low when it was out cold, but I went out and got it. Look at my milestones, man, it feel like the Dow Jones when you look at my pocket. Look at the flex, whipping the Teslas. I'm a mess, but it's all a finesse. Boy, yo, stop it, quiet. If it's new, I done got it. See my jewels, shining, shining. White diamonds, Miley Cyrus. Private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, stylish. Masterpiece, body, young. Hey, I don't know no better.
Well, this building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Washington football team. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
It's certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Tackle made.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Here's Eason off the play fake. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. Now Eason. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Patrick Queen. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. from the gun is Eason. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. And he comes back with one complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
1st and 10, Eason. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
10 at the 14-yard line.
You're not ready. You're not ready. Hey, watch that. Watch that. Check line 54. Line 54. Defense wins shit. 18 Cardinal.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the RPO, that's complete right side. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. Eason sets to throw it. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, it kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 20-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
Jackson, flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. 21 yards. Well done on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Eason.
Buying time to his left. And that will be incomplete.
Eason on the keeper. Intended for number 14. Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody...
And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up.
Focusing on me, wait from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets, LIDs. Distinctive destinations, all I want to see. Ocean from residence.
Another try after the first down sack. Jackson.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Devin Duvernay.
Touchdown. 89 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. From the gun, Eason. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now this throw caught left side. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 19 yards that time for number 19. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action. It's Eason. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Eason. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Quickly completed to the right flat. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington has retaken the lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Baltimore.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson.
Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete.
Jackson.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
56 to Mike. 56 to Mike. Come on, Mike. Come on. Switch, switch, switch.
To throw again. Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
A gain of 10.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. He's going deep for Brown. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time.
He's taken
I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Washington on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Operating from the gun, Eason, and he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. From the gun, Eason. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner, forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Brought down just shy of the goal line.
They'll try to run with Dobbins, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Ravens have once again taken the lead. And that makes it 14-10.
It is good. Makes the score Ravens 14, Washington 10. Daniel Carlson set.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They run the option here on 1st and 10. A quick throw complete into the flat out left. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
14. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Operating from the gun, Eason. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. From the gun, Eason firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 13 yards there on a Washington first.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try to run this one in. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. Operating from the gun, Eason. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
Incomplete. Out of the end zone. Brings up 4th and goal.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation,
and the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you termed that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the gun, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Chase Young. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins.
They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on third down.
A gain of 4. And it's
Jackson from the shotgun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
He's brought down by...
And to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And this is going to be incomplete.
Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out now joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down. From the gun, Eason. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Jackson. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Second down and 8. On the option, Jackson will keep it. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
47-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Back now at FedEx Field. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. Washington on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. First, it'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens 34. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner, but where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down.
That's good.
4 yards on the pickup. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Here's a quick throw complete to Galladay. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Eason. That is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Washington. Mark Andrews, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington now within a 2-point conversion of tying this game. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Off the option, that's complete. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. A full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. From the gun, Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
On 2nd and 15 now. Jackson. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
54,
On first down, Jacob Eason.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
And they give this time to the tailback. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
To throw on 3rd down. Eason looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and goal operating from the 8-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
On 3rd and goal, they're going to run the option.
And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game. And this one is right through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Jackson to throw. They'll find Dobbins out of the backfield.
Jackson's pass.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Now Jackson. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. Here's Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow.
Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened them up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
It's now 2nd and 6.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on.
So for Baltimore, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Washington, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.